Even Sir Roger Penrose, there in good old England, says, it does appear that we are living through an eon in this universe, but that there are eons of universes before us. That helps pull us out, doesn't it, of the little story. That helps give us a sense of where we are in time. It's a glorious story. After the cosmic sensorium, we have our work as the witness. Who is the witness? I ask you, where and how are you the witness of now what is happening on this planet? It is so critical to understand this notion of the witness. The witness is different than the observer. Think of the observer in the words of Francis Bacon, who says, "Let us take nature and put her on the rack and torture her until she leaves her secrets, until she gives us her secrets." We've been doing that, haven't we? We've been listening to Bacon. We've been torturing nature. We've been putting her on the rack since 1970, since the first Earth Day on planet Earth. We have lost 1/3 of the species of this planet. We've been torturing nature because we've abstracted ourselves back to that Whitehead concept. Let's live in the abstraction of ourselves. Well, there's nature and there's us, right? Somehow we're different. Really, we're about to find out. The observer, the onlooker. When are you the observer, the onlooker, all the way down to the crazed psychobabbler? Let's talk about how terrible it is. The world is in a crisis. Oh my God, it's so bad. Let's go on. We could spend years talking about it, right? That's not witnessing. Let me tell you a story of witnessing. I'm at the door in Washington, D.C. with two people, Marie Deans and Arnshorn Pond. We have done a Human Rights Day celebration. And they have both told their stories and transfigured the audience with their words. We're at the door of this hotel in Washington, and Arn says to Marie, "Why me? Why me? Why did I survive?" Let me tell you their story. Marie Deans first. Her mother was brutally murdered. I don't want to go into the details. Brutally murdered. And Marie, 3 days later, said, "Please, no murder in the name of this murder. No killing to prove that killing is wrong. Don't do it in my name." And so she becomes an advocate for people on death row. She sits with men who are about to be executed as the witness. In one of those moments, a man who's about to be executed looks at her and says, "Marie, where is God? Where is God now?" That's a question, isn't it? On the chair about to be executed. Where is God now? And Marie Deans looks at him and makes a gesture. From his heart to her heart, from her heart to his heart. That's where God is. He breathes back and he's executed. Arnshorn Pond is just over 9 years old in the Cambodian genocide. He's picked up with about 10 children by the Khmer Rouge, and they're taken to a temple, and their heads are smashed against the wall. Each one of them just snuffed out against the temple wall of all places. And when it comes to Arn, they stop because he has a flute he's holding tightly in his hand. and they say, "Play the flute, boy." And Arnshorn Pond plays the flute. And they say, "Wow, listen to that music. What music that is. You can live because you play music." And so, for several years, he was the flute player at genocide. They took him everywhere. He talks about witnessing disemboweled people still alive, where the liver is being pulled up. I'm sorry to upset some of you. A little boy seeing these things, and they say to him, "Play." And one day they say, "Hey, try this." And they put a machine gun in his hand, and he starts to spray the machine gun, and he sees this woman coming towards him, and literally the blood is spouting from her body. I'm sorry to upset you. And he sees mother, he sees every woman, every mother in this woman whose blood is pouring forth out of her. He drops the machine gun, he runs. He runs through the killing fields. He gets into Thailand. He is delivered to the West. Here we are at the door in Washington. Now you understand why Arnshorn says, "Why me? Why did I get out?" And Marie Dean says to him, "Because, Arn, you and I are sacred witnesses. You are a witness. To be a witness is not to be abstracted in any way from that which is seen, that which is looked upon. It is, as the physicists talk about in their strange language, entangled, interconnected, interfused. It is, in fact, a frequency of consciousness. Do you hear me on this? It is not a part of your brain that's wandering around looking for things. It's not the busy mind. It's not saying, "Oh, what can I get involved in?" It's actually a frequency of consciousness that has supersaturated solution in it of consciousness that is drenched with compassion, that is so embracing of what it sees that the witness itself can transform. It is a knowledge process given to us in higher consciousness, that what we truly witness in that open space of our consciousness, we can help resolve because we say we're not separated from it. And when we talk about sacred activism, we must be witnesses. We cannot be chatters, onlookers, commentators. We can't abstract ourselves and say, "Well, I'm against this, it's all over there," and as if it's not inside of you. You know, we're the environmentalists who fly around in our planes. We're the human rights people who pay our taxes for bombs to be sent. We are implicated. And if we can be implicated without that judgmentalism that Sequoia talks about, but still there, still wholly interconnected, we can be part of the transformation. I ask you again, where and how are you witnessing? And I ask you one more question that I'm sort of trying to ponder these days because I think it's a golden question. If you are witnessing, how are you connecting with the unity of the witness? Imagine now the power that we've talked about of the witness. And then we're saying it's a level of consciousness. It's an octave of consciousness that we can reach together. So we can witness together. We can be in that state together. Now imagine the power